So it's about a show that is about the Jallianwala Bagh Massacre, but it's not of the massacre. I don't show the massacre, but it's about the Hunter Commission, which was made 6 months after the massacre to investigate
From the British side.
from the British side to investigate. But it did have 5 British guys and it had 3 Indian people.
Would that be a fair
5
commission?
and 3?
Or you shouldn't give it out the...
Well, I won't give it up, but basically, so it is about the commission and it's about the investigation about why it happened, which a lot of people don't know. Why did Jallianwala Bagh happen and what happened after it? So the show is partly courtroom drama, partly, sort of a recreation
Investigation.
and investigation, basically.
Okay, Cyrus says, and thank God we have protection today. We have Ram on our set. This much we can say.
Cyrus, you have such a big, like a major buffed up body. You're the protection,
sexual
and
for a
you're the dominator. What is it? What does your T-shirt say?
It's my wife's t-shirt.
Okay.
I keep her at home and wear her clothes. Then I return them and she goes out.
No,
I
but
honestly,
you
I wear her
also have
shirts.
the Airtel logo, which is nice because I do a lot of the Airtel
We'll talk
ads.
about the ad. We'll talk
Yeah.
about that. We have to start because we've spoken to you before, and I can't remember all that we've said, but we'll have to go back a little bit also.
Yes,
for sure.
we will.
Ram Madhvani, one of the greatest ad filmmakers. It's a fair thing to say. You'll blush. I understand. Ad filmmakers, creators probably changed the path, and I think I'll have to research this amongst the longest running filmmakers in the country. If you look at,
This
especially
started 5 years ago. What are you
okay, fine, we'll
saying?
play with that.
Cyrus,
We'll play with that.
please.
Back in 1990, when I was a young man, I remember going for auditions for Equinox. You were already
By
established.
the way, you did come in
34.
an ad for me.
Street Cat.
Yeah, Street Cat.
You remember?
And also, was it also that Sebaka, we did it Binaka or Sebaka, one of those where I got you to wear an Elvis costume.
Yeah, correct.
And come on, Cyrus.
I
you
can't
got-
remember the brand, but I didn't wear an Elvis
but-
costume.
Yeah, but can you sing? Come on.
Now?
Yeah, come on. I ain't nothing
not
but
my
a hound
crowd.
dog. Come on, Cyrus.
not my
do it.
crowd.
Come on, Cyrus.
Electronica.
I ain't nothing but
It's
a hound
Ganpati
dog.
season.
Come
They're
on.
playing Electronica and
Cyrus,
rave.
you got to do it. I want to hear it. I haven't heard it since like
Ain't nothing but a hound dog crying all the time. Good?
superb.
Happy?
Happy.
That's
I'm
it.
leaving now. Thank you. That's why I came.
Ram has left the building because this is India. Yeah. So Ram Madhvani, I've given you an intro. Please correct me if I'm wrong. But I would say more than almost 40 years in the
Oh
business.
gosh, don't say these things.
But that's fabulous. Touch
No,
wood.
no,
I mean,
no.
that's
Don't
great.
say
That's
these things.
amazing.
I said, did I not say just 2 years ago? Just 5 years ago?
Okay, we'll go with 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Five years ago on Feb 29th.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah. We'll do the maths. That being said, Vishnu is going. By the way, your Ram is Vishnu. This whole podcast
we're
has changed
protected.
color.
Yeah,
And
we're
there's
protected.
a Prithvi. How's Prithvi in the scheme of things? Yeah, somewhere there.
But Cyrus, let me say, every person in Bombay has a Parsi friend, if not two.
Yeah.
Then there are about 20, 30 million of us. How is it that those two Parsi friends that I have are not the same two Parsi friends that, let's say, Vishnu has? Okay.
So you mean the census is lying? About only
See,
70?
I'm not saying all of this, okay? But all I'm saying is that if you ask any, do you have two Parsi friends? One close Parsi. You have. Now, what is this?
Vishnu doesn't
And they're not the same Parsi friends.
You have?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Then-
Landlords
then-
of Parsi.
So then,
Wow.
what is happening?
Parsis, wherever you're hiding, come out of the cupboards because we know you're there somewhere. You've been lying to us.
And I've worked now with Baman, with Jim Sir. First of all, the Parsi should be building a statue for me. Okay.
Correct. You actually made their careers.
That-
Baman, if we just rewind for a second, you mentioned Baman. Baman was he had done some ad films
Yeah.
and done
No,
some
he did-
theatre.
he did theatre.
Done theatre, which
Yeah.
let's face it, I mean, people clap and all that, but nobody knows you. And then he did Let's Talk.
Let's Talk.
Which was very quickly
It was
husband and wife.
It was a film which had two people talking, which is exactly what you do.
But one was Maya,
Yeah,
who's
yeah,
pretty.
Yeah.
Huh.
And the other was Baman. And
Not so pretty. And
and
it was just arguments, right?
That was
I'd seen
it was just two people talking.
Yeah.
My favorite kind of movie.
Actually, my favorite kind of movie. Once you get into it, just two
Yeah.
people having a conversation can
You
be
know,
riveting.
Have you
Hence we do podcasts.
Have you seen My Dinner with Andre? You must. It's just two people talking. Have you seen Before Sunrise, After Sunset?
Stop now showing off and
It's
making
two
me.
people-
You make me
it's
look
two
like
people talking.
impoverished
No,
guy who
listen,
doesn't watch anything.
It's just two people talking. Nobody watches those movies. Only geeks like me watch them.
No, if the subject is interesting, I don't need anybody to die. Not necessarily.
That's what everybody is now having to do this so that you can be edge of seat and be a distracted audience.
That's a different thing. No, you got to be in the mood for that also.
Yeah, that's
I don't mind a good talk. Podcast did because of that. Because you listen
Yeah.
to two people talking.
You've made an earning, Cyrus.
I
You
would say
made a
earning.
living.
Earning is a
Okay,
stretch.
earning,
Yeah.
okay, living.
I'm wearing tight
Okay,
clothes.
living.
Whatever I get.
But
yeah.
Cyrus, I have to ask you.
Huh.
Since the time that we met, many.
Well, we've done
years
a
ago.
podcast, but online.
Yes, I
Because
remember.
it was the pandemic or whatever,
Yeah,
so we
yeah,
couldn't get
yeah,
you.
I remember.
Yeah.
But when did you realize that you could earn an earning or a living out of talking?
I don't know, but the thing is that I had an advertising job for a little while
Yeah.
with Dacunyas. You remember
Yes,
Sylvie and
yes,
all that.
yes.
Okay, so I had that job. By the way, it's now changed. He's doing the podcast. I'm the guest.
No, because I
Yeah.
want to know, because the gift that you had from the time that you were always a talker, right? And
I
it
was a talker.
no, and you used to
Not
come in,
appreciated.
not appreciated at
No,
all,
no.
actually.
It's like
But your
Mozart,
yeah.
Dia Popper.
But your personality was such that nobody could stop you from just being you.
Yeah, they would leave the room, but I would continue talking. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good thing for the podcast. They
And
force you.
and then you took that and you made it into something which, like, you're successful, and now you're like,
Well, I don't know about that, but I was lucky that there were mediums where you could talk.
yeah.
You know, where the people who can't read the
So,
script properly.
listen,
Yeah.
today's conversation is
Let's
going to
talk
be about conversation.
Let's talk too.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's detox.
Let's detox.
Let's retox.
Yeah. Let's talk lots. You could have so many sequels.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have to
No,
find.
no, but so Cyrus, today is only about conversation. We are only going to talk about talking.
Okay, let's talk about
Okay.
talking.
Yeah,
Let's
about
do
two
the
people
talk.
talking.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. But
Because talking is sexy. Yeah.
see, the way I see it, why we did the podcast in the beginning when I told Amit Bhai, who looks a lot like the Home Minister but isn't, no reaction. Close camera, take a nice close. Yeah. But he does. Many people ask him.
In cricket, they call it well left.
Well left. Well left.
Well
Well played as well.
Yeah.
Because you front of the bat, middle of the bat, etc. Fair enough. But so our whole idea when talking about podcasts is, I said, let's do podcasts where we can talk the way we talk with strangers, where we never get bored. I don't know whether this sounds wrong, but with a stranger, you rarely get bored. So if you're in an airport in the old days when we used to talk to people and not look at phones, you just sit and chat because the flight is delayed,
Yeah.
and you just get to know someone.
One of the greatest opening lines, was, "Can I have a light?" Now, of course, nobody smokes, so you can't go out there and say, "Can I have a light?"
Yeah.
But that was a great opening line.
Yeah, the whole tribe used to bond over there. One
Yeah.
light thingy,
Yeah.
you know.
But I have a group.
No,
of
but you have a
friends-
charger works.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, what do you do? And then boom, yeah, because it's charging. Can't use the phone in the meantime. Yeah,
That's true.
yeah.
It's a good opening
But
line.
I miss the 90s, Ram, because in the 90s I found
Oh,
places like
last night I saw Colonial Cousins.
90s.
90s.
Yeah.
And they were so. They
That,
were
that
in-
white thing, Sherwani thingy
Yeah,
that they
and with
Bangala
black and-
thingy.
Yeah, with the whole thing, the achkan and everything.
Oh.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
listen, I'm going back.
And
to
no
the-
push-ups between them, huh? Let me tell you. But they still look fantastic.
They,
Yeah.
no, they were too good. They were too good. But I'm going back to conversation.
Yes.
This is me conducting, okay?
You
I'm the
conduct.
director. I'm the director.
You can't help it.
I'm the director.
Yes, director.
Yeah.
Screw the idea of talking about the OTT and all the wonderful work you're doing. It's thrown out of the window. Poor Prithvi sits up all night sending me research. I said, but I know Ram, don't worry. Yeah, of course, he said
No, I
everybody
have
knows Ram. Yeah.
my friends group,
Huh.
they're all from college and school and all.
Hmm.
And so whenever they come home, they're always talking about some World War II, politics, cinema. And I keep saying, guys, I want to know about your life.
Yeah.
Can you please...
So they're avoiding talking about their lives.
Yeah. And I find
People are
more and
uncomfortable.
more people are like, they don't talk about their lives. They're only talking about other
With
people's
friends.
Yeah.
They'll talk with strangers.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I'll leave you. If you're unknown person with unknown person, you'll open up. There's
So-
no lena dena.
So our group now says, so I decided, I'm very boring like this.
This is
but-
on your WhatsApp.
yeah. So it says...
Who's on a
every-
WhatsApp group?
So I now said to my friends, I said, okay, listen, when you all come home or I come to your home, we're going to give everybody 5 minutes. I want to know about your life.
Monologue.
Yeah, just tell me about your life in 5 minutes. Okay, you can take 10, but tell me about your life. And now our group is called Everyone Gets 5 minutes.
But I like the idea, except for one thing. When you're a young parent, now my kids are a little older, so it's fine. Everybody wants to talk about their kids, and it's irritating after some time. If they go on about the kid this, kid that, or their problems with kids and whatever, it's the same kind of stuff. So,
It's about their life. Yeah,
but you
It's
want to know
not
about the life,
somebody else's life.
not the generic part of the life about children, family, and all. They want to
no,
know
we are
more.
yeah.
People have to open up
Yeah,
about
I know,
themselves.
but now I've realized
me.
Yeah, but nowadays my friends don't talk about that also now.
So what do they talk about for 5 minutes?
They don't now. They're saying, no, we don't want to. We have no time for you. We're not going to give you 5 minutes. We are going to talk about politics.
Ooh, Bertolucci, who are these friends? Do they outrank you in film? Because it doesn't make any sense to me.
I don't know. They're not talking about their lives anymore. I'm most disappointed. We went out for dinner the other day. They didn't tell me about their lives. They only told me about other people's lives.
Intimate conversations don't happen with people you know. You're actually not close to close people. I'm telling you, I've studied this. Nobody believes me because I'm an idiot. So they don't take me seriously. But except for the good Kunal Vijayakar friend of mine who wants to tell you all his intimate problems. But that's too much. He's too in touch with his feminine side. Like he's gone into the feminine side completely and we can't find the masculine side after some time. Yeah. So that's another story.
That's a good thing.
What? Yeah,
Yeah.
no judgment, man.
Yeah,
The judgment is for that's where the toxicity and all comes in.
You can have an opinion,
Have
but
an
you can't have judgment.
Yeah, opinion is fair. Yeah, fair. Judgment and name calling happens after that, which I also enjoy.
Yeah.
But if you have the right group for the name calling, all right, let's abandon our.
No, we're going to talk about.
We can keep
We
going.
can continue. Yeah.
But can we do a little bit of
like in Calcutta they have Rocker Besher Adda. You know about that?
Can we say that? I want my Bengali accent. I love
Exactly.
Bengali accent. So
So you say it in your
you say it. Your best friend is Bengali. What are you saying? Come on. Although he has no Bengali accent. He's got a British accent.
Yeah. But no, he's also my mentor, my guide, Shwan
So you are-
Ghoshal. So and I'm half Bengali. I call myself Bengali by soul. But
then why aren't you talking like Bengali? Then
why am I talking half British myself?
I know.
Because I was colonized by school in my school.
You also went to St. Peter's.
Yeah, I went to St. Peter's, Panchgani. So I was colonized. I went to church every Sunday. What can I tell you?
Yeah.
You know, my language was taken away from me.
Really?
Yeah, I'm talking English. Cyrus, we're not talking Hindi.
They have to send you back to school and redo it.
Yeah, exactly.
Although in January they built your monument finally back in Ayodhya.
Ah, I see. Okay.
Would you like to play that ball?
Well left again.
Well left again. True to the keeper.
Exactly. No.
Old fashioned, huh?
Vaishnavi is here making notes.
Yeah.
She's making eyes at
Vaishnavi
me.
is in the PR side.
Yeah.
So her heart
She's
rate
not
is
only
already
making notes, she's like making eyes at me.
Yeah.
And then she's saying, well done, sir. Well done.
Yeah.
Like that she's saying,
She's doing this with her hands all the time.
Exactly.
Keep leaving the ball.
I know. So Rocker Besher Adda. Okay, so
Are you
my
saying it
Bengali
correctly?
friends.
You're saying it wrong.
Please, yeah, I'm saying it very badly. Okay.
Try,
Yeah. No, whatever. I'm saying
There's got to be more bass in it.
So
Rakesh.
So you sit outside your
Keep
home.
Pasha. Let's take names we know. Then we'll get it right. Shubhrato, Pradeep, Kaustop. And now?
Rocker Besher Adda.
Aage. Print. You got the take. Yeah.
Except for the mic that you moved.
Yeah, but
Now it's got all dum 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 dum.
this is why working with you must be horrible for you, no? Because I can't sit still and all these things happen all the time. Yeah.
So anyway, so Rocker Besher
Yeah,
Adda
yeah.
is actually somewhere.
Adda we know.
Yeah,
What the
Adda.
first two
And
words?
basically it's a rock outside your home. It's like a
Ooh.
chair, you know, like not a chair. It's like it's like what they have outside Goa also, right? When you just sit outside
Daman.
your bungalow, and you generally chit chat. Yeah, you blow the breeze, you gup shup,
Okay,
you
okay.
whatever.
All right.
You have chai.
So it's like a charpoy outside where everybody's sitting and hanging out.
Basically.
Yeah.
And people are hanging out. And what are they doing over there? They're basically doing some stuff which is what nobody does today,
Which is chat.
which is chat.
Yeah. Chat intimately. No, intimate is not the right word. Chat openly.
Yeah.
Openness is a problem, no?
Yeah.
Firstly,
But privately, openly, huh?
no, privately, openly, because there's also other subjects. There's you, there's me, whatever, there's us, or whatever. And then beyond that, there's politics, social issues, economic issues. What's your view on Putin versus Zelensky? For example. A little bit.
Exactly. Are you asking me?
I
Because you know what's going to happen.
No, please go ahead.
Well left.
Well, left again. Why you want to shoot in Ukraine? Is that it? Your next project is somewhere in the Ukraine-Russia border. Huh? Take the actors you don't like.
See, we said we're not going to talk politics. We're going to talk life.
Right.
Yeah.
But politics will come in at some point, no? The Venn diagram is such that we
I know.
go over
Eventually
each other.
It always goes there.
Yeah, we can't get out of that. Yeah, I try to so much, but
Let's talk about the politics of conversation.
or Maharashtra State, October. Do you believe
But
UPT will
don't
come
you
to power?
think- But don't you think, Cyrus, when you're like at a party, isn't there the pressure
But
to
I've
be
been in a
witty?
party for years.
But okay, let's say in a social gathering, isn't there a pressure to be witty?
No, when I
And
was
don't-
drinking,
Yeah.
there were some horrible moments, Ram,
Yeah.
because you're trying to chase everybody else's wife and you're very drunk. And some idiot who actually looks up to you a little bit comes and says, hey, joke sunao. I'm like, now I can't even see properly, and that Nandita's right there. I mean, what? Now just go away.
Tell us more about Nandita.
Oh, that bird had flown. Don't worry. I was so unsuccessful. It's embarrassing. I think I was.
But it was social fencing, right?
Social fencing, and I
You
think
also
women.
do social fencing.
No, the women were not threatened because we are so inability to score in that sense. Forget score. Inability to make them feel that this guy's a predator or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like they just don't take you seriously. It's horrible. I don't go to therapy because of that, because I have to be upgraded to predator. In Gurgaon, I'd be looked down upon.
Downgraded.
Yeah, really. Don't make me think back to all
Right.
those things. This is the talk conversation where the past comes out. Sometimes you're sort of, you don't know, and then the things come out because you're talking openly, which you've suppressed, right?
Which is why psychotherapy and not this session.
But this is a sort of
Yeah,
beginner's guide to psychotherapy.
true.
Then the professional will probably No.
Okay, ask your question, Cyrus.
बस हो गया.
हो गया.
तेरा रक्षक पक्षा का धमाका क्या हुआ? हाँ? धाबा बंद? What happened?
Roke, not Rakshak.
This typical Kolkata, huh? Shut immediately.
I know, exactly.
Business is over. अभी 2 बज गया, अभी नहीं करेंगे हम लोग. Okay. No, so we have to start with the you got this entire series coming out.
Yes.
So let's discuss that.
It's called the burden of the name. It's called The Waking of a Nation.
Waking of a Nation.
Shall I say that in a deeper voice?
Sounds a bit like that Battleship Potemkin. Those was the Birth of a Nation or one of those?
That was the D.W. Griffith, The Birth of a Nation.
He knows his cinema.
Yeah, I know my cinema.
That's a very good point. That the old school all know their old cinema, where it comes from.
I know my new cinema also.
No, obviously, because you're still here, so you know everything. But a lot of people don't know the history of cinema. Yeah. Go ahead.
No, I think a lot of all filmmakers will know it. Yeah, Cyrus.
Even now?
Yeah.
They still study all these.
You know what is happening currently? So we had D.W. Griffith who invented whatever, the close-up and the cut, and then we had Eisenstein who invented the montage. And
Go slow. People are learning from you.
All of this. So
Eisenstein did what? The montage.
No. So listen, there are many people. Everybody say no.
Eisenstein
this is a class. Do montage.
5-minute class. Okay. Let's do it slowly.
No. So listen. So
Griffith gave us the close-up.
No. So I'm
listen. Huh?
No. So listen.
But
I'm
tell
not
us.
Going there. I'm not going there.
Why?
Because
we're picking your brains.
I don't know half of it. I've
Now
forgotten.
play the ball.
All the
Please play the ball.
No, but all the Film Institute people will now say no, it was not him. It was Pudovkin. And
only the Film Institute people without work will say that, and there's a reason for that.
No, but I'll tell you where I was going. So we've started now in Equinox something called Equinox Virtual, where we're starting to do VR stuff.
Oh,
okay, and which we've started doing tests and all that. The problem with VR is that we're at the D.W. Griffith stage of virtual reality. So there is no cut. There is no dissolve.
Single take like that.
You don't know how to.
Wasn't that Kurosawa? I'm sorry, my knowledge is not great.
No, it wasn't.
Was Seven Samurai, isn't it? Those kind of things.
No.
He apparently didn't cut.
No, of course he did.
He cut?
Of course he did.
You lied to me, Kurosawa.
Seven Samurai didn't do that, but Alfred Hitchcock did that in Rope, where he didn't cut.
The full film.
But he did cut. But between basically it was like
the scene ends and the cut happens.
No. He disguised the cut. So
how did he disguise the cut?
By moving across a pillar, and then at that moment you cut, because you had to reload your film.
Okay. So you go into the pillar and it goes into some other part of the thing.
So you had to reload your film, because your film was 10 minutes. So you can't make a 90-minute film. That's 9 short films.
You got to keep putting
Is that 9? No, that's God knows.
10 into 10 would be 90 minutes is 9 cans.
9 cans.
Yeah.
Correct. So not.
Gujrati Manasche.
Yeah, I know.
He doesn't know to count.
As I told you, I'm half
St. Peter's.
And St. Peter's. Okay, so going back to virtual reality, or going forward to virtual reality.
Yeah.
So right now, what I'm trying to figure out is if we are in that Edison sub-zamana, bioscope zamana of filmmaking.
Sorry, again, what is the Edison analogy?
It's like what you saw in that bioscope, no? Which you saw basically, like you are right now in that phase.
It opens the world.
You're in that phase of VR where we don't know how to use
the unknown.
Yeah. And that's why I'm excited.
Okay.
So we've started
self-discovery for us as well.
I'm going to be the D.W. Griffith. Watch out.
I can see the Bharat Ratna. Nothing else. You've taken virtual reality to another level. So how does this benefit? This is only for your Equinox people?
No.
Then how does it? What is the thing?
In a year's time, I shall be here telling you about it.
And
I'll also give you a demo.
No, so you're selling the product?
No, I'm not going to sell it yet. But so in the next 3 months, I'll have a demo out.
Okay.
And then in that virtual reality world, you will get blown away.
Okay.
In what we're doing. That much you will have.
And what will I see vaguely that's going to change the game for me?
You will see wonder.
But there's 3 dimensions.
You will see magic. You will see movies.
Can I take a look at my wedding video and remove my wife from it in this virtual reality?
No, you can't do that. Seriously, that's not VR. That is like
fantasy, virtual fantasy. That's
exactly.
different from reality. You're right. The reality word, I should have picked up on that.
Yeah.
Oops, man. Fair word to say. Okay.
So we are now moving on to. We've also done gaming, which Amita, my co-producer, in more ways
Your
than
wife.
one. Yes. Yeah. Having produced my son and our son also.
Yeah.
So she's also done a game which is like a MOBA. They call it. What is a MOBA now? It's like a open arena battle kind of a mobile game. Okay, so that's basically it's a multiplayer online
like
game.
these war games that they play.
Exactly. So we've done one which is called Guru Dharma.
Good, you have an Indian name.
Yeah.
Set it in Ayodhya. I've got a couple of ideas. Kurukshetra, Ayodhya, you tell me, I've got a couple of ideas.
So we are taking a lot of the stuff that we're doing. We're taking
Ram is not playing the ball.
Yeah.
Suddenly, he's just avoiding. I should just leave for 5 minutes while he tells the story about VR.
And about mythology.
And the moment I mention mythology, it goes. Yeah.
No, religion I'm not talking about. I'm talking about mythology.
But again, we're in that thing where it crosses, no?
Yeah. So I do put spirituality into my work.
Yeah.
So even in ads, I'll put Sanskrit shlokas. I'll do all of that. Okay.
Yeah.
So even in Aarya, there was the Bhagavad Gita.
Mhm.
So it's there. And we are borrowing from it all the time because this is what reverberates. But we're not doing it in a way in which it's
Forces down your throat kind of thing.
Or it's dramatized and hopefully it affects you. Because actually the Bhagavad Gita, two things. One, I believe it's the greatest pep talk in the world. Okay. And two, it's the greatest.
It's like a motivational book,
exactly,
right? Actually.
Yeah, actually. And also it's the greatest cliffhanger in the world. Because you're coming from now OTT, where two armies are at war. The fact that if two armies are at war and you leave people there
without a result,
and that's a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
And then you give them one of the greatest philosophical talks in the world.
Yeah.
That is fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's great drama. And then you give them a book that actually allows you to live your life by.
To further enhance yourself.
Yeah,
in
exactly.
a sense. If you'd like to look at it that way.
No, I'd like to look at it like that. Yeah.
Funny part is a lot of foreigners appreciate the Bhagavad Gita more. Do you realize that?
I don't know more, but they
do. They do. Because they look at it as a motivational. I've seen these guys talking about it.
Right.
And the thing is that I only know snippets.
Right.
Like whatever
No, I carry it in my bag.
But have you read the whole thing?
Yeah.
And would you be able to talk about any part of it?
Well, I'm not in a good way.
Not a scholar, but almost there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I like it.
Yeah.
I do read it.
Yeah. But coming back to that whole style, I remember when I was young, Edgar Rice Burroughs had written the Tarzan series back in 1910, 20, around that time. I love those books, hand-me-down from my dad. And his style was, the chapter would end with, Numa the lion is now looking at Tarzan. Tarzan turns, raises his knife. And then he goes to the next chapter.
Right.
And the next chapter is something else.
Yeah.
Okay, Tarantino had that thing, but apparently he wasn't the first with Pulp Fiction. So you leave us hanging, cliffhanger.
Correct.
You go to something else.
Yeah.
And you go to something else, and then you come back here.
They now have this the Dastan Goi. Okay, and the Dastan Goi is
keep using Bengali to stumble me.
No, this is Urdu. But they have a
Dastan Goi. I made it Japanese, by the way. Dastan Goi.
No, you have to do that with a more guttural.
Dastan Goi.
Guttural. Dastan Goi. Yeah, exactly.
It's a bit apologies. We love Japan.
No, but Dastan Goi is a form where what they do is, supposing they're telling you about a king who's going to get ready for battle, and then he gets onto his horse and he's got his sword out, and then they'll cut, and then they'll tell you about the horse. And you're meanwhile waiting to say what is going to happen next.
That's forgotten for a while when they're describing something else.
Which is what they really wanted to do.
Yeah.
Which is telling about the horse.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And over here, so in OTT, constantly, what I have to do is keep you at the edge of your seat or your toes saying, oh gosh, what's going to happen next? What's going to happen next? But meanwhile, I'm sort of saying, hey, meanwhile, this is what I really want to tell you about. Which was in Arya's case, the Bhagavad Gita.
I think it keeps you on your toes. I think it's too passive otherwise for us.
Yeah,
sometimes.
No, because in this age of distraction and in now what they call is laundry watching TV, right? Because you're meant to be doing your laundry while you're watching TV. I'm at the power of it's worse than the power of a gun. Because that remote control is going to switch me off.
I have a little different take on this.
Which is please.
My thing is that, see, it's almost like an ADHD thing where people think if you have ADHD, you can't concentrate. Actually, ADHD people can concentrate really well when they're interested.
Right.
And not at all when they're not.
Right.
That's all there is to it. I think that's the whole world. So if I like the subject, why is it that Tarantino's films I'm able to watch?
Agreed.
I'm able to watch.
But all of them?
No. I can describe
them.
But Reservoir Dogs, almost all, I think.
Yeah.
Don't know.
No.
You're the funny. Is there a slow one? Because as far as I know, there isn't.
There are.
There's that cowboy one, which was also equally gripping.
Yeah.
The point is that even if the action is less, the suspense is always there. The intrigue is there, and he just keeps you. So I'm in. I'm fully invested. Yeah. But there are now films which I'm not invested.
But that's another guy who believes in conversation.
Yes, Reservoir Dogs. What a film.
And even Pulp Fiction. All they talk about is the
I
burger.
love Pulp Fiction. Oh, it begins with the burger in France.
Exactly.
McDonald's, for me, the best scene is when he, by mistake, John Travolta's character shoots the kid in the car. The gun goes off.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Bro, I nearly peed.
Yeah.
Completely. I mean, that's great. That's great stuff. When they're able to do that. Yeah.
No. So I agree. So I'm constantly competing to make sure that you're interested because if you're not, then you'll switch me off. You'll kill me.
Yeah.
So that's
But
one
people
of,
are different. No, there'll be a type that is interested, the type may not be interested
but
because
the thing
genre.
is that oops, sorry, I have to go to 4 quadrant audience. Okay, you know what that is, right? Young,
Why does he
old.
keep showing
Yeah.
off like this
Yeah,
and
no,
making me
listen.
feel like
Yeah, I know.
सेंट पीटर्स में पढ़ाई किया ये लोग और हम लोग साउथ बॉम्बे में कुछ नहीं किया, स्क्रैचिंग किया हम लोग, स्क्रैचिंग बस और कुछ नहीं. I feel like a Dhobi's son, and I love Dhobis.
Listen, I was taught this word 5 years ago myself. Okay, when I was told, Ram, you have to make films that are 4 quadrant audience. Okay, which
Who's
is
this? Who told you
They
this?
told me that this is, if you want to, be successful, you have to make young, old, male, female. So now that's what I'm making.
Young, old, male, female.
That's
4
quadrant.
categories.
Yeah, but 1 minute. That's 4 quadrant. But I'm making 6 quadrant. Okay. Which is
It's LGBTQ?
Yeah, international Indian. Then I'm
Oh,
making,
nice.
Yeah, then I'm making 8 quadrant, which is North India, South India. So
Man,
so now
this
I've
is a
decided.
divisive cinema.
Okay, no,
Huh.
so but I have to do all of this because if I don't reach out, then I don't get repeat purchase. So constantly, and thank God for
It's like a
advertising.
marketing ploy now.
It is, thank God for advertising, because eventually whatever I make, I want to make it, but mere ko
You got
bechna
that
bhi hai.
gene.
I have to also sell it. I have
Yeah.
to make it and sell it.
I want to just ask you one thing quickly. That Airtel ad, which I was just seeing it in the morning, a lot of your ads, so much geography.
What do you mean with geography?
The geography is all over, as in we go into Marine Drive, some things that I recognize, then we go into the bridge, the sea link,
Right.
then we go into a brook or a river, which I can't trace wherever, then we go into something else, which is
That's
very
nice. I
urban.
didn't think about that, but thank you for
No,
that. Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
I'm just thinking of how hardworking you must be, firstly, to do
Thank
all
God
that.
there's no history, there's only geography.
No, there's everything. But I would think as a lazy filmmaker, I would be like, let's find one area with everything. And look at the canvas is what, 40
Let's
seconds?
find
So
the
40-second film?
landscape of the human face.
Plenty of human faces also.
The geography, that is the only geography that matters.
No, listen, this is a tribute to you. I'm just saying the geography that's used, the canvas is very wide. It's almost like you feel you can't match this guy when you see the film because there's
Thank
so
you.
much
That's very
happening.
sweet of you, yeah.
That's what I'm saying, in 40 seconds,
No, thank
which people can't do in 2 hours sometimes. Although we did begin by saying, let's just talk and do nothing else.
you. Yeah.
So is that deliberate? Is that a Ram thing? Because I remember that we did Street
No,
Cat
first
when you
of
were
all, yeah,
young.
yeah.
And that's shot in Mukesh Mills.
Yeah, I know.
It's a great ad, I'm
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
But it's in one place.
Yeah.
And then I've reviewed about 10, 15 ads in the last night when he sent me all the ads, which are more recent, Kajols and everything else. There's a lot of geography in them.
No, but
It's a lot of travel. There's a lot of hard work.
But first of all, Cyrus, you must understand that advertising doesn't mean it's me. There is the creative director, there is the agency.
Oh, they wanted to go to Goa.
Client
service में Goa जाने का
but no, but I keep saying everybody else goes to Goregaon. I go to Goregaon here.
Yeah.
वो लोग Goregaon जाते हैं, मैं Goregaon जाता हूँ.
You go to Goregaon West, they go to Goregaon.
They go to Goregaon.
Goregaon.
No,
अलग
exactly.
है, अलग बात है.
No, but listen.
This is wrong. This is politically wrong. You can't say things like this. Gore is a bad word, by the way. When you use it, it's a racist term.
No, but listen. My next show is about racism. Waking of a Nation is about racism. It's about colonialism. It's about prejudice. It's about all of that.
Yeah.
So whether it's good or bad, but that's what we're speaking about. But still, coming back to the advertising. So I have always actually, these are creative directors who are a little, what shall I say, like rogue elephants. Okay, they were.
Oh, in heat.
Yeah, they were.
For those who don't know, he's talking about
creative
testosterone.
Heat. No, they were in creative heat. Okay, and they wanted
Those are
to
the most
make
dangerous animals in the world.
They wanted to make great work, and I just held on to their tail. Okay, so a lot of the work that you're telling me that I made, it's not just me.
I know you're being modest, but there's a good point there. With each generation's energy, you're eating into that as well.
Absolutely. Like when I see a creative director who's wanting to do great work, I just say, yes, I'm hanging on to your tail, buddy. I'm with you. But it's that person, it's a client who wants to do the great work. I'm like right down at the bottom of that entire pyramid, right? I wish I was at the top. I'm not. I'm somebody who is, though, many years ago.
Ram, don't be so modest. When they write the book on Ram, Madhvani, I think, but what you're saying, I think is there's some truth in that.
Yeah.
Is that because you're not one of those people who is complex about new generations, new people, new ideas,
No.
and you do feed off them. I think that's why your long stint
God.
continues.
Yeah, no,
So
thank God for them.
That's a good lesson for everybody out there. You have to, because I think I hate young people.
Why?
The word youth for me is always rhymed with the Hindi word with C.
Oh.
I always think youth. I keep saying that. I hated them when I was one.
No, if I don't make work for the youth, I'm dead.
Yeah.
I
True.
have to.
True.
You're okay. You don't have to.
No, but see, our voices change.
Yeah.
And you're still able to talk from the voice of the youth, which you're saying is because you
No, Airtel is only about the youth.
yeah, and you openly embrace the next generation or whoever and whatever. Although there's some things which are similar. I mean, they'll still want to play guitar and sing and dance, etc., etc. So we're lucky.
But I'm perfectly okay with the next generation.
Yeah.
I have no hassles with them.
I don't know. This generation that I've raised, they don't talk in full sentences.
You don't listen to Tay Tay. You don't listen to Taylor Swift.
Forget that. It's just a conversation.
You don't listen to Billie Eilish.
No, I don't.
Yeah, these are great singers. You should.
Oh God,
this
no.
is yeah.
So
who are you listening to nowadays?
No, I've told this story so many times. I didn't know I was a sexist. I thought I'm left liberal. I'm not left anymore. I'm now more going right every day. But I thought I was left liberal and all, coming from mixed background, etc., etc. And then one day, my daughter, 7-year-old daughter, in the car, because I'm playing music, and she says, "Dad, you don't know any female singers." Ram, I had nowhere to look, man. I couldn't think. It was under pressure. I was like, think, female.
Oh gosh.
But you're actually sexist because you grew up without any female singers. And there are lots of men like me. I mean, if you really think from the old days, there's a Connie Francis here and there, but I was struggling.
My entire career is made out of Neerja, Aarya with like female leads.
Now, Ramji.
Yeah,
Ramji, अभी कुछ भी बोल सकते हैं ना जब तब 25 साल पहले की बात करो यार. Now you have done your bit.
Listen, we did. There was Tina Turner.
Yeah, but it doesn't come to you because
There was Madonna.
But I wasn't crazy.
There was Britney Spears.
Madonna, I only had the Playboy, the Penthouse.
Oh, is that
so? Without sound, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, but we followed. We
heard
all her music.
Yeah, but not for me. I was a 60s, 50s lover. Yeah, not too much female influence. And under pressure, driving a car, she's looking at me, and I'm like, oh God, am I a sexist? It's like, am I gay? It's one of those moments like, what the hell? Because it just exposes us.
Figure out. I'm sure they.
Ram, tell me honestly, when you were a teenager, how many female figures were there in your music list? You're saying Tina Turner and all, but that probably came because of females around you, somebody else.
No.
Voodoo, some other influence.
Like popular music at that time, so you
Really?
heard it, yeah.
But that's not bad.
I tell you, there was a whole bunch of them, like Carpenters. See?
Yeah, that's a mixed lot. There was a Rochelle's and all that.
Yeah.
So then we started discovering, but it's a mix again. So then we started discovering so Ariana Grande and all was introduced to, and she has a nice voice and sang some old songs which I could listen to.
Aretha Franklin, see?
Yeah, well, gender, great voice though. I'll give you that. Let's take a break. We'll take a break, I think. Have we gone well over half?
Yeah.
Hey, it's been another great week on the IVM Podcasts Network. On Paisa Vaisa, Anupam Gupta sits down with Piyush Gupta from CRISIL to unravel the secrets behind mutual fund rankings. Discover how to choose the best funds, learn about top performers, and dive into the active versus passive debate. On Has It Aged Well, myself Abbas and my co-host Urjita are joined by comedian, writer and podcaster Kautuk Srivastav to talk about the 2002 horror blockbuster Raz. Listen to Kautuk break down the essential qualities of a scary film, the similarities between comedy and horror, and why we are seeing a wave of horror comedy films today. Folks, if you like our shows, do spread the word, tell your friends, and don't forget to rate and review them wherever you're listening to them. Follow us on social media. We are IVM Podcasts on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. You'll also find all our shows on YouTube by their show names, so do look out for them and have fun watching. And finally, we would like to thank our sponsors this week, IDFC First Bank and Grab.
Welcome back again.
By the way, I'm the only person who says welcome back because I'm a TV guy. And modern kids don't say welcome back. And
what do they say?
Well, they just carry on.
Oh, yeah.
The break is over and just carry on, whatever. You don't have to say anything. But back in the TV world, they would shout at us if we don't say welcome back after the break and then discuss what we discussed.
I think nowadays they also say, and so.
I mean, if you watch Joe Rogan, who's the alpha
of
the whole thing, and there's no,
there's none of that.
They just carry on with the conversation.
So what makes a good podcast?
Lighting. As far as I'm concerned. And we just don't have it.
And the host.
Yeah.
and his abs.
Yeah. I know abs. My abs are not, come on, although I'm a little underweight at the moment. I'm 86. I should be about 88, 89 kilos. Do you want to discuss that?
Yeah, no.
The talk is suddenly...
Not really. I need to be 5 kilos under myself.
You think?
100%, yeah.
You're wearing the double shirt thing, so I can't tell.
That's just my disguise.
But you look the same to me. There's
you.
not much change.
Thank you.
So many years have passed.
It's all Botox.
Yeah.
No, listen, that's tox. So that's why it's Botox.
Okay, all right. We're going to do the puns, huh?
Yeah.
I might as well interview Kunal then, not the great Ram Madhvani.
Tell me, Cyrus, because you, to my mind, you invented the art of talk.
I did. I have a copyright.
Yeah, exactly. Okay,
Spending.
Because literally you did, because you were doing this before anybody even knew that these things existed.
Yeah.
Okay, genuinely.
I was passing time till I die. I didn't know we could get
But that's
work.
what we're doing, right? It's just time pass. That's what we're doing. Right?
is.
Now it's
Existential conversation. we're having
Exactly.
now.
Exactly. I'll get
Why
there.
are we here,
I'll
Ram?
get there. Exactly. I know. To do time pass.
Yeah. It is a way. It's
Remember in
profound.
Rangbhavan, the guy used to go around in Rangbhavan, used to go for those concerts
Yeah.
with Shingdana or
Yeah.
Time pass.
Time
Time
pass.
pass.
So not there. Even in Wankhede Stadium, it was always called Time Pass. It was not called Chana
Yeah.
in my lifetime. I don't know now. Now they don't exist. Where do you wear it? You only get it on the corner.
But it's called time pass.
Yeah, Time Pass.
Superb.
Yeah.
That's what your life is.
But look at the marketing genius who thought of that. It's not really nutrition. It's not really lunch or dinner. And he's saying, as you're walking to the train, whatever, you stop at Churchgate and the guy, Time Pass.
But
What
you
a
know where I
genius.
stay.
Let's interview him, Ram.
Yeah.
That guy is great.
That guy is great. Yeah.
Gone.
But this what we should do is do a podcast with all those guys, because where I stay at Prabhadevi, it's like a little wadi around us. And so we have these street criers every morning, whatever they're there, hey, Baji, whatever, all that, stuff that you use.
And that's old fashioned. What theatre that is, because you got to get the guy with your voice. There's no mic, nothing.
It's advertising at its top game, right?
Yeah.
And what I do now, sometimes I feel below OTT platform, below their offices. I go there with my hand cart. And sometimes I have aloo, sometimes I have avocado, and sometimes, like my vegetable seller says, sometimes I have jugni, which is zucchini. Okay, jugni. And I'm there below that building to all those channels saying, hey, bhaji. And then they turn on sometimes and they say, ha, jara aloo jara de do bhai.
See, here's the big mistake. Ram is known by everybody in advertising from the last 4 generations. Everybody.
I told you, it's just 5 years.
Or whatever, last 5 years. Everybody. But the watchman doesn't know you. Remember, and he's the most powerful person.
He's the guy.
The most powerful person, whether you go into a bank, a school, a college, a job, an MNC, a government office, the watchman is the guy. And that's the guy we've never been able to...
But listen, if I tell him that I'm the guy who made Aarya and Neerja, he knows me.
You think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm reaching out, man.
Yeah. But I think
4 quadrants.
he may not watch full feature films, but he definitely watches ads.
Yeah.
So you just have to say Airtel.
Once I went to the Taj because we were shooting in Kolkata. And so they gave me one chota conference room, whatever. And my team said, listen, this is the guy who's made Har Ek Friend Zaroori Hota Hai, okay? They upgraded me to a bigger conference room.
Immediately.
Immediately.
Yeah. Were you embarrassed?
No, this was the first time that
Did you mention more ads?
Yeah, no, this is glory. I said, Acha, this is good. This is a good feeling here.
Yeah. But you should keep mentioning ads so they keep upgrading, They could just send you...
No, basically ads at
How many ads have you done? Have you any idea?
No.
You have to Google it. Does anyone... You must be knowing.
No, nobody knows.
Come
nobody
on.
knows. Just 5, 10. The rest of them are very bad.
300?
No.
300 ads?
No. Don't even say that.
Wow.
Listen, I think
in 5 years.
There is that in 5 years, exactly. There is that thing which says the good that whatever the men do lives after them. Whatever
Mark Anthony's speech.
Something like that, yeah.
The good that men do is often interred in their
bones or whatever.
So let it be with
with me, what has happened is the bad nobody remembers. They only remember the 5 great ads.
Yeah.
So thank God. But the other 5,000...
How prolific is that? If it's really we should get this figure. We'll send this figure. We'll put it up at some point. We'll sell you hard because I know you don't like it.
Thank you, because
so
I'm not selling
that.
myself.
Yeah, you're not selling it. I'll sell you. So you don't want to talk about the...
No, I can talk about Waking of...
No, but as you said, it's a little in the future.
No, it's happening. We've almost locked the edits and we have the mixing left, and it is a show about how India became India. I know this is sounding a little grandiose.
The moment you said India, they started...
Yes, exactly. They went tak. Because that's...
Anti-India forces.
It is the building of India.
Yeah.
And so we have metaphorical sound.
Oh.
Yeah.
Or this from a neighboring state. Because I don't know. At the right time.
So it's about the Jallianwala Bagh Massacre. But it's not really about the massacre, because... we can keep talking so that the sound...
You can't stop talking.
We can't stop talking.
Where's the Bhagavad Gita?
Exactly.
I'll start reading.
So it's about a show that is about the Jallianwala Bagh Massacre, but it's not of the massacre. I don't show the massacre, but it's about the Hunter Commission, which was made 6 months after the massacre to investigate.
From the British side.
From the British side to investigate. But it did have 5 British guys and it had 3 Indian people.
Would that be a fair...
5 and 3?
Or you shouldn't give it out the...
Well, I won't give it up, but basically, so it is about the commission and it's about the investigation about why it happened, which a lot of people don't know. Why did Jallianwala Bagh happen and what happened after it? So the show is partly courtroom drama, partly, sort of a
investigation.
And investigation, basically.
But I can't ask you this question because it'll give away the story. I just want to know, do you think... So, General Dyer is not alone in the cause of this.
No, I can't tell you all of this.
Okay.
I'll well left it again.
Oh, well left. No, but this is
I will tell you as soon as
because we are taught it begins and ends with General Dyer.
So this one doesn't. That much I can tell you.
So what is the truth?
It's a cliffhanger.
Is there a
It is
truth?
a cliffhanger. I'm not going to tell you more.
You'll have to watch it.
I shall be like Edgar Rice Burroughs.
Yeah, you'll come back.
Yeah, exactly.
Tarzan turns.
Tarzan turns.
Chapter ends.
Bo Derek.
You remember that Tarzan?
remember
the
that
worst Tarzan ever. Yeah. Bo Derek, my God, how old are we? Ram, what are you talking about? Bo Derek herself is 82 or something.
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Scary.
Yeah.
And doesn't look anything like that one, the old. Bo Derek's not a real name. I did research on her when I was young.
Is that so? I didn't know
Changed
that.
her name because she was only 19 when she was dating some man or
Wow.
whatever, got into the business.
I was watching a documentary on Albert Brooks,
Yeah.
the stand-up comic
Yeah,
and the
yeah,
director and everything.
Yeah.
His name actually, his surname,
Jewish surname.
Einstein.
Wow.
And so he's one of the 4 kids or 5 kids. He was the 4th kid, and the parents decided to call him Albert. And so he was Albert Einstein, and he
Yeah.
changed his name.
I would think so. Or imagine the entire school thing. Imagine in science the pressure.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody's like, hey, Einstein, you
Yeah,
answer.
I know.
And he's like
So
the
then
worst.
He said, "No, I'm Albert Brooks."
Yeah. Wow, that's a fabulous story.
Yeah.
Albert Einstein. There was another one, even worse. The fact that you grew up in like Chopati, I think your brother went a completely different path. The conventional path is a super achiever in his own right and all that. And you,
Okay, so I actually grew up in a place called Barsi, which is a state, which is in Maharashtra. It's outside of Sholapur.
Mhm.
And my family was from there. And they were from Africa earlier.
Yeah.
And then they went to Barsi, and we had a textile mill. And then because there were no schools, we had our own school. But there were no schools which were teaching English. So they sent me to St. Peter's, Panchgani,
right.
which is where, for the first time on Saturday evenings, we used to get movies in our assembly hall, where the film like cans used to come in
Those
big
projector
trunks.
thingies?
Yeah, exactly. And big trunks used to come, and I was so excited, and you could hardly hear the sound. But we saw The Man from Uncle, and we saw obviously Man from UNCLE, all of those.
Like movies made in the 60s, though.
Yeah, exactly. So and obviously they used to come to our school like God knows how many
20 years
later.
later. Yeah.
But while that was happening in school, I also in Barsi, we knew 4 theatre owners, and so my family basically, I was allowed to go into any theatre I wanted, even if it was
That's
house full.
called influence.
Yeah, that's called influence. I was privileged.
Huh.
Okay. And I was not only that, I was given a Mangola, which also doesn't
Wow,
exist
I love
anymore. I
Mangola.
love Mangola. Yeah. And
Angola's
then-
gone.
Yeah. It's
2 minutes
gone.
silence.
Yeah.
We have to show respect.
No, not when it's going toka toki.
Why we can't do
Yeah,
that?
we
but
can't
you know
do
what?
it.
The sentiment is 2 minutes silence.
Yeah, exactly.
Mangola.
Yeah.
Did you ever do a Mangola ad?
Yeah. No.
Oh,
I didn't know
well, you know
Mangola.
everything else, I'm sure.
Yeah. So
Duke's
what-
Lemonade.
Duke's Lemonade. Yes.
Yeah. I was
yes.
an extra in that.
No.
Yeah.
Really?
Who sent me?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the early 90s.
Oh,
And we
yeah.
went to Marway or something. It was some or Juhu or something. There was a beach. And there was
No,
a pool.
that was not Duke's Lemonade. That was another one, and you were acting in it.
It was a small bit. Me
Yeah.
and Tanaz, I think, were there for a
Yeah.
bit.
So because of this, I saw maybe like Yado Ki Barat maybe 16 times,
Oh.
and I saw like all those movies in school.
But
and
how do you
then-
see movies 16 times? I know when people say, I've seen Sholay 100 times.
Yeah.
I'm like, really?
I've
100
seen it
times?
9 times myself.
I've seen it 8, 9 times.
Yeah,
I mean,
so
after some point, you just can't see it again.
No, why not?
I could see it then after many years. I know a
Yeah.
gap has to happen.
No, this is what you did. You went into the theater hall, and that's what. And obviously, if you're getting free Mangola, I
Yeah.
mean, that's what you did, So
Not Mangola.
yeah, no.
This whole show is about Mangola.
About Mangola. So there was these 2 influences. One was the English like movies, and then there was the Hindi movies. And then I came to Bombay and Mumbai. Bombay then.
Bombay then.
Bombay then.
Yeah.
And then there was obviously the Alliance Française, and there was Max Miller Bhavan and British Council.
So where do you learn all this history of filmmaking and all? Did you
Because
go
I
to
was
school?
because I was a geek
All
at
on your
age,
own?
Yeah, at age 16, if you asked me what I wanted to become, I'd say I want to become a film director. I was the only person in school who said that, and my friend says it is because in school when the film projector used to run out, the smell of burning film intoxicated me. That's what my friend says. So I got high.
You're drunk with film.
I got high.
So it's in your bloodstream. It's not your fault.
I sniffed it. I couldn't help
Sniffed
it.
it, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
It was not your drug of choice. It
and
just
now
happened.
that's what I do. I sell. I'm a drug dealer of emotions and feelings. That's what I do now.
Yeah.
I can alter your mood, and I'm in that business of feelings now. So that's what I learned, and that's what I've now become. So
300 ads and how many films? Features?
so I've made Let's Talk.
Yeah.
Then I made Neerja.
Yeah.
Then I made Dhamaka.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 3 feature films. Then
Yeah.
we've made Aarya 1 to 3.
Yeah.
Then we've got Waking, but we've actually, it's only the last 4 years that we've actually really started making work, and so that's
And now this series as well.
and now Waking of a Nation.
Which is how many episodes?
It's 6 episodes.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's for Sony Live.
Okay. Wow.
So that's it. That's the
The one
career,
thing you've not done is
that's
a
it.
documentary.
Which I made a documentary on Mr. Bachchan.
There, you had to
Yeah.
put me in my place.
Yeah.
What is it called? The
It was
Big B?
called No. So what happened was that the Lincoln Center was doing a retrospective
Yeah.
in New York on
Yeah.
Mr. B,
Yeah.
and so they wanted a 33-minute piece on Mr. B,
Wow.
and so it's called Everlasting Light because Amitabh
Yeah.
means everlasting light.
In Bengali.
No, in actually Amitabha is the Buddha's name also. I think Amitabha.
wow.
Okay.
How much
and-
we're learning today, guys.
Yeah,
And having fun.
yeah, and in my head, the everlasting light that affects all of us is the light of the projector.
Wow, what a
So,
metaphor.
yeah, so therefore I
The
thought,
light of-
wow,
but
the
it goes
man-
off.
Yeah, why that doesn't go off?
Sorry, but I just don't want to be a
No.
damn squib.
No,
Picture complete होते है तो.
नहीं, picture हमारे दिल में रहता है.
The next picture starts.
Exactly. No.
Ram, 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 Ram.
No, so it was called Everlasting Light. I had Salman Rushdie, I had Suketu Mehta, I had Shashi Tharoor, and I wanted Pico Iyer. I couldn't
Talk
get Pico
about
Iyer
him.
to talk about Mr. B because they've all written about him.
Okay.
And so it was for a Western audience.
Why didn't you come to me? I'm a huge fan. He's my
Okay,
favorite.
Yeah. But it was great. We spent
He didn't say
like
that.
no, but it was great.
Did you hear? I asked him when you come to me, and there's no reply. He's just going on.
I left it again.
Yeah, no, this is megalomania now. He's just not listening.
Yeah, okay. Next time Cyrus, next time that I make a documentary on Mr. B,
Oh, Mr.
I
B.
will invite you.
Yeah.
How does that sound now?
Please, thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
I'll say only great things. I'm a huge fan.
Yeah, same here. Same here. There's no question. So what was great is he recited his father's poetry for the first 4 hours that we were recording, and that was like incredible. So we were in Goa, and that's when we went to Goa to interview him. And so for 3 days, it was great, just chatting with Mr. B. So the documentary is about. So that is a documentary that I made, and also I've made music videos. So yeah.
There's nothing left. Is there anything left?
Virtual reality is left.
But that's looking at breaking the boundaries and going further.
Okay, have we managed Prithvi's like my career?
But then 300 has where to start. I would like go
But
the
by
other
the way,
way.
it's more than 300.
What an ego. यार, कहाँ से कहाँ तक?
In the last 5 years,
Four?
you think only
Four?
300? No, I don't know actually. I don't know
How can you not have this figure? He must be the most prolific
But-
filmmaker of our time.
No. I doubt it.
I'm telling you.
I doubt it.
Who survived those 5 years? Only you. Ram, don't be like this. We must find this out. This is a good statistic to have.
Why?
India's the guy with the largest number of ads.
No, you can't say that.
Because
yeah.
listen to me.
Listen, we
No,
didn't
no,
worry
no,
about
no.
who
This is not
cares about
fair.
largest. It's basically
Ads-
how good they were.
Ads, nobody likes you. You've got to be good because why are they retaining you and making more ads?
At
You're
one
selling
time-
products which the whole world depends on. You're the beginning of that entire journey of selling from door to door.
But in Rhythm House, they used to
gone.
give you. Yeah, it's gone. But they used to give you a DVD where you could buy ads.
Yeah, I love ads.
Yeah,
but I
same
love
here.
the 90s ads. I know you're still doing ads and all that, but
Yeah.
some of these
No, I'm
ads
still doing ads.
they
It's
jump
my
over
passion.
head.
I'm passionate about advertising.
I know.
Yeah.
That Adidas ad.
Please,
of yours,
and
I
so
love
I have
that
to
ad.
I have to tell. This is the one thing I can do on this show.
Yeah.
For all those people in advertising who are watching, okay, give me work. I'm doing ads. I'm not doing series and feature films. Vaishnavi is smiling. She said, yes, you did it. You sold yourself. This marketing is done.
Yeah.
Cyrus, this podcast has finally helped me. But are people in advertising listening to your podcast?
That's only the people we have.
Great.
right now. Linta stops to watch the podcast.
Okay,
Is it
good.
still Linta? No, it's low now.
It's low.
Low.
Yeah.
How low can they go? Yeah, all that. So we don't have the figure. It could be probably 400 ads, but we don't know. Maybe more. So I'm going to research this, and I'm going to come when we talk to you again when they're releasing
Waking of a Nation.
of a Nation.
The Waking of a Nation.
6 episodes on Sony Live. We will bring him back and discuss that in more detail. Anuba asks, what are your opinions on AI? You sort of answered this, and it's used in filmmaking or commercials these days. Do you plan to use AI? You answer this in any of your projects. But the whole thing is that that's how some people are. I mean, you stay with the times. That's your thing.
And today, you should see the pitch decks that we are making for when we are selling some of the work that we are now writing. It's only done on AI and it's outstanding.
But what happens to us then with this AI?
But there is a man or a woman who's like making that AI work.
You know, my manager sat with me and said, look, this is AI of your scripts. So we went and looked at it. Almost sounded like me. I got a little worried. It was like 75%. It sounds like you.
I'll tell
It's a
you
little
that,
scary.
that the problem is like, can I predict what you should feel? Can AI actually? They will predict. They can't predict what you can feel. I can predict what you should feel as a filmmaker. That's my job. I don't think AI can do that.
just saying that because you don't want people to feel negative about their jobs. You will remain on top of the pyramid as the filmmaker. Under that is the AI. What you don't have is the technician, the artist, the writers, etc., the backroom staff, production. They all go out of the window.
No,
You
it's
have
an AI.
you
It's
have
an
your
AI.
driver who brings you there, and you have the watchman who opens the gate, and there's you, and
The
there's
watchman
AI.
doesn't know me. He
That's
doesn't
the
open my gate.
But that's a sign of great respect. Yeah. My watchman thinks I have no job because I leave in shorts. So he's feeling really bad for the family. You know,
You
really-
said that the watchman doesn't know me, so now there's no gate.
the watchman, how does the watchman know you? They never know us.
Yeah,
No
that's
matter
true.
how much you accomplish. Bharat
No,
Ratna,
listen,
whatever.
AI, we are fine. Don't worry, Cyrus. Unless you are already a bot.
I'm not. I should be.
Okay.
I'm more sold than bought.
Okay.
But I'll say this about Ram. It's very clear that he's embraced today, always, or tomorrow,
Thank
rather.
you. Thank you.
Well, it's a fair thing to say, right?
It's a fair thing.
That's how you are.
You know why? Because I'm scared. Yeah, I'll
Why?
be a has-been.
You're not complex about apna zamana, apna zamana.
No,
A lot of
not
us
at all,
are. We
please.
are. We're like,
No.
I miss my 90s, my
No,
80s,
no,
whatever.
no.
You're not like that. You just
No.
live in the moment, in the time. Yeah.
I don't know whether I'm living in the moment, but I'm definitely scared about living in the past.
Yeah, no, I think you enjoy the future.
Yeah, I
you
enjoy
enjoy
it.
all this
Yeah,
new stuff.
yeah.
It's, Som asks if you had to direct a 30-second ad to sell sleep to a room full of insomniacs, how would you do it? You may have even done this for a mattress or something.
Oh gosh.
For insomniacs, you're selling sleep 30-second. Do you have a creative idea? He's putting pressure on us unnecessarily. Yeah.
I'm going to say silent for 30 seconds.
I have a great thing. I get my
I put
good-
on my hypnosis voice.
Okay, you can do that. But I was going to share my creative with you.
Okay.
I have a friend who can, if you just ask him a serious question, he can be profoundly boring in his answer. His name,
You know, this
Kunal,
is coming.
Kunal Vijay.
Is that so?
Yeah.
Coming back to
Huh.
the art of conversation,
Mm-hmm.
I've had people who, if they start a sentence, you don't know when it's going to end.
Oh.
And you're waiting there, and it could take 20 minutes. And you don't know, because if you knew
And
it was 20 minutes, it was okay.
Are they slow talkers? They are even more dangerous.
No, they're not. They're, oh, like that.
You
yeah,
have that package and you
Yeah.
just don't know what
Yeah.
to do because where are they going with this? When is it
Yeah.
going to end? And it's slow. That's very painful.
Yeah.
God.
And you can't escape those. So maybe that's the kind of person that I would now use to put you to sleep.
Yeah.
How's that
For
for an
30
ad?
seconds.
30, no, they said what? They said 30 seconds.
Yeah,
30 oh
30
shit, man, we're in trouble.
Yeah.
We're in trouble.
Som never ask questions.
I'm
again.
now told there's a breathing technique called 478 or something.
I know.
Yeah.
I've seen that as
Yeah,
well.
so
We
that-
share the same internet.
Exactly, you know. And we also read
So it's
whatever
4 in.
5 ways to have interesting conversations.
It's 4 inhale.
yeah.
I think
7
it's
hold
7 or 8 hold, and then it's 4 out.
8 exhale.
Or is it 8 exhale?
I
We better
think
get
that's
this right
what-
because
we
if we
better
give the
get
wrong
this right.
number, guy
Otherwise-
died. He
and-
passed away, and Ram said the wrong thing. It was supposed to be 8, but I said yeah.
Or they went to sleep.
Yeah. Wow. This is not the ad he wanted, huh? Alok and Aarya. Oh, sorry. About Aarya, Dhamaka, and Neerja all have a sense of tension and suspense, very essential to them. Why does this thriller genre appeal to you? Is
It
that a
doesn't
fair?
appeal. No,
is
you
it a
know,
fair
I want
comment?
to
Coincidental.
because I actually want to really make a good stupid film. I want to make a comedy film.
Yeah.
And I've been like, but that's really because eventually that's what we are. We're just stupid people. Right?
Yeah.
So I just want to make people laugh.
But you have been given heavier topics for whatever reason. Whether it's Neerja, Jallianwala Bagh Massacre.
Yeah.
You know.
No, well, now everybody thinks I only make thrillers.
Yep.
So now they think, oh, he
He's
has
like
a
the
sense
angry
of
young
humor.
man. You're just stuck with it.
Yeah,
You didn't
like-
want it.
No, because and now if I want to make a comedy film, they're all going to turn around and say, no, but he only makes thrillers.
Yeah.
So what the hell, Cyrus? I'm doomed.
David Dhawan.
I'm doomed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you change your name. Okay,
Oh.
when I say change your name, change your surname only.
Okay.
So there's no trouble later. Huh? And so there's another guy, and the other guy is your brother who does the comedy, and that's it. And that way
Okay,
we
good.
keep it in the family.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Good idea.
No, it's not a good idea. It's a
Okay.
bad idea, and you know it's a
Alright,
bad idea.
no.
Stop patronizing a person who you think is slightly off the normal radar for intelligence.
No way.
It's a fair
No
thing
way,
to say.
Cyrus. I don't agree with that.
Anyway,
no.
Ram, we have
Yeah.
to stop here because I've
Okay,
got
that was it.
I've got dog duty.
You know, my brother-in-law has a dog now on the second. He sleeps on the second floor,
Oh.
and he comes home every day. Louis, he comes home every day, and all
To
he
your
wants-
house?
yeah, to our house for 1.5 hours.
Why do we always give the dog these foreign names?
I don't know.
Nobody
I
ever
don't know why.
calls the dog Deepak.
Yeah, I know.
Why can't we have a Deepak?
Yeah. Well, he comes home and all he wants is his biscuit. He wants he wants some petting. He wants his love.
Yeah.
That's it. And he just looks at you with these sad eyes saying, oh, you didn't give me, you didn't pet me.
Yeah.
Right? When they said it's a dog's life, they were wrong.
Yeah.
A dog's life today is a very good
A
life.
dog in a home has a great life. The
Great
poor
life.
dogs
I
who
know,
don't
on
have
the
homes
street.
are,
Yeah.
we are fighting for that.
Yeah.
If I make 400 ads, I'll put some money on that.
No, but you know, as a career, I've always said that I'm not an Alsatian.
Yeah.
As somebody I'm a street dog. I'm a mongrel.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm not somebody who's pedigree. Like we're at
Oh,
it.
they're
we're
the toughest
struggling.
people in the world. They
Yeah.
survive everything.
Yeah. So that's it. So I have to watch the road when I'm crossing, and so I'm a struggler, and I'm somebody who's not successful at all. Like so.
Stop saying all that. There's some filmmakers who hate you, who have no work, no money, nothing. 20 years
I
ago,
want
their
work
careers
myself all the time.
shut down, and then you're still going strong. They hate you. You're sitting there, they've left the Hindu religion. They've joined some cult, Say, that Ram, he's still there. Very upset. No, you're a very modest man, Ram. Thank you so much for coming to our small establishment. And we will talk about
yes, the waking of a
the
nation
waking of a nation
soon.
which is so close to the birth of a nation. I keep getting it wrong in my head. When it releases.
But the whole idea was to try and see how India became India, and so it's one of a series.
Yeah.
And so this is the first part of it.
Oh, then there'll be another.
There will be another.
One of the big-
Hopefully,
all the big
if you like this and if you
moments.
actually binge watch it,
Yeah.
and if you'll subscribe to Sony Live,
Yeah.
then my career will again get
Revived.
even
Even
more.
more.
Even
Revive
more.
the wrong word.
Yeah.
Go even.
I'll continue struggling.
continue struggling. Yeah. Wow. It's been hard, huh? It's worth thousands of crores.
No way.
He's got so much money. it's
No
embarrassing.
way.
There's a Madhvani bank.
Yeah,
now
no
in
way.
Prabhadevi. It's just HDFC has been moved. They have a branch in Vakola, and that's it. But his bank right there. Fair to say.
No, but with Cyrus, I'm not doing this because of that. I do this because actually also there is the anxiety about not earning a living or whatever, but about just not being able to do what you chose to do. So that's what I really want to just continue doing.
The two things you haven't mentioned. A, you love it.
Yeah.
You absolutely love the
And
process.
I'm scared that
and
somebody
all
will
your
tell me not.
underlings know that.
Yeah.
No, and secondly, you're bloody good at it. They're the two reasons. Why be ashamed?
Sometimes I'm good at it. Sometimes I may not be so good at it. So yeah.
It's from that generation, they had Tamiz and all, no? Apna generation, I'm the best. That's so sad, yeah. You're just too polite.
So
Thank you, Ram.
Thank you.
We'll end with Ram Ram.
Yeah, no, thank you so
Ram,
much.
Ram. Yeah.
Okay.